Oh, hey there. It's
Hey,
Grimsteak
dude.
here. And James Cruz.
Hey, man.
Hey, yeah, so, in the middle of this show that we were recording, there decided to be an act of God that knocked out my power right after Felix's
Why?
song. Exactly. So, as Felix, right when he finished his song, poof, everything went out. So I figured, we got half a show, and Audacity, it saved it. So let's
Thank
slap a
God.
little, let's slap, yeah, dude, I know. So let's
Jeez.
slap a little intro. Figure we'll talk about the podcast. James, it's been
Okay.
almost 2 years.
I
Two
know.
years. It'll be 2 years in 2 weeks.
That's insane.
I know, man. It is pretty nuts. 2 years. The show's evolved quite a bit, James.
It's yeah, it's gone through different changes, I guess, like any other show would. I guess some people stick to their status quo,
Right.
pipe pumping out same old content, but I don't know. I guess I don't know. I like the way we're doing it. It just ebbs and flows, and whatever feels right doesn't matter.
Exactly.
So I mean, and it's evolved into this crazy. Yeah, I like the way you put it. It's just like uh, a goddamn a interactive hangout.
That's pretty much what it's become.
Yeah.
Rather than, we could sit down with a guest, talk to a guest. But
Well,
it's like there's
I
every other show
sorry.
does that. There's so many shows that do the interview
Yeah.
style. It's like,
I mean, I
if
do
you,
like adding another show, possibly. Like,
yeah.
I mean, maybe we can't do it every week, but like, I mean, I don't know. We probably could. It's not like we do anything.
Yeah. Dude, you know what we
But
need to do? We need to talk to Chris Cogswell. We need to get him back on. I've been
yeah,
following him on Twitter, watching him just talk shit about the TTSA stuff.
yeah,
We need to get him
yeah.
on.
I think we could really grab a couple of those guys back and get them back.
Yeah.
And there's some, yeah. I mean, there'll always be somebody cool enough, like whatever we're into at that time or whatever, but or somebody interesting that we find along the way.
Mm-hmm.
To do a little sideshow with, and I don't know. I think people will appreciate and like that.
I think it
Let us
just,
know what you think.
it just amazes me that people listen to the show, man, on Tuesdays.
It does. It's a lot of fun. I thank everybody that does tune in and listen. It's
Yeah.
a blast.
It's like shout outs to Jerry and Felix and Suzanne and that guy.
Yes.
It's like we
Yeah.
have a rotating cast of, I mean, Jerry and Felix are pretty much the standards. They've been.
They've always been.
Yeah. And then, Suzanne's there every week. That guy's coming in. And we have rotating people coming in and out. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I like it.
The chat, there's always seems to be every week, I mean, slowly but surely, here comes 3 more, here comes another, more people joining the Discord server and yeah, everyone join the Meat Locker.
Yeah.
Check it out. Hit up the website, cruisemistake.com. And
Yeah, man.
there's
We
links
got-
to all
we got
our
a
shit there.
website. Yeah, we sell T-shirts and stuff. There's merch
Yep.
on there. That's the
Speaking
thing,
of
man.
that,
It's
I
just-
gotta get my
what-
shit together.
Yeah, man. You need to get a shirt.
I
You
want
still
to
don't
make.
have a cruise.
Yeah, I need to get my shit together. Because we got CryptoCon coming up. I'm like, what do we got? I gotta do something for this. I gotta make gotta get shirts or merch or not merch, but like promotional stuff.
Yeah, something.
Give out some pens or something, with a logo on it. It's like I'm like, what are some cool handout things you could
We
promote
should
the
make like some
shows,
cards.
sort of. That,
Make some
yeah,
cards.
business cards.
Make some
I was thinking of
mixtapes.
getting a banner at least. I can probably come up with a cool layout design for that, but
Yeah, man.
just to promote the show that way. Otherwise, people would just be walking by and it's Jerry's bowls and a bunch of dudes sitting around.
Oh, that's what it's gonna
Like-
be. 100%. I wonder if we
Right,
should
so-
set up something to like record something. I don't know.
Oh, I want to for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, just interview random people in there, getting their
I would
thoughts.
think it'd be great. I think people get the itch. They'd love to sit down and start bullshitting.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Dude, it's gonna be a wild time this year. There's a lot of people coming to CryptidCon. I think we're just
I
slowly
know.
gonna turn that into the Cruising with Steak event.
Yeah, basically. I mean, yeah, it's like our own thing now. I don't know.
Yeah.
We only took us one shot to get there, and now it's gonna become a thing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be fun.
I highly recommend if anybody can go, come out in the beginning of September.
Yeah, Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked it up the other day. It's like a little over 5 hours for me
Yeah,
to drive down there.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's not too bad of a
I
drive.
was like, is it Kentucky? I'm like, why was I thinking Indiana again? But
It's so close to the border. It's like right there.
that whole tri-state area thing. Yeah. Yeah, and then but I really do like where the show is. I think it's a lot of fun. The interaction during a show is pretty crazy. Like it's almost, I mean, imagine like a YouTube stream, of a live show. Basically, is what's going on is what we're interacting with at the same time, but it's via podcast. It's kind of theater-ish of the mind. I mean, but it's interactive through listeners in there, and I just I can't believe that this is exactly kind of creating that community that we have created that blows my mind. I never thought it would get to we'd have our own little chat server and everything,
I know, man. We have
yeah. I mean, you
there's
figure
quite a few-
I'd have to bite the bullet and make a gas Facebook group or something,
Yeah, no, man. We got
this is leaps and bounds better, dude. Yeah.
yeah, shit. We got fucking over 150 people in the Discord channel.
Yeah. And everybody's super cool in there.
Definitely. And if they aren't, they come around.
Yeah.
They all come
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, they all come around.
Dude, so you're watching subtitled anime now, James?
Oh yeah, we could go over some fun facts. Yeah. Well, when I was on vacation, I got Hulu on my phone now. I was like, man, I was kind of bummed that the TVs, a lot of the hotels I've been at recently, they're all smart TVs, and you can, had Netflix and shit. And I didn't think to bring the little Roku stick, because I have a Roku in one of the rooms. Didn't think to bring that at all. Jerry was smart bringing that to CryptidCon last year. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Actually, he left his remote there.
Oh yeah, he did.
But yeah, he did. But anyway, so I didn't bring that, and I'm like, oh man, it's not a smart TV. I'm like, well, how am I need? It'd be cool because at night everyone's kind of passing out, and I'm still always awake. And so I just thought, I'm like, oh shit. So on my phone, I download the Hulu app because I've been watching Naruto, and I did all Netflix. I did all. I'm on Shippuden now, and man, it's so epic, dude. And
Doesn't it get crazy, man? It's
really crazy.
It's the stories are so fucking good.
There is a lot of repeat of story, because I remember how you say from these mangas, how they have to try to make a show out of this,
Yeah,
it's
because it's the show starts to catch up to the manga, so then they have to make filler arcs that aren't a part of it. So then it's almost where it'll be flashback episodes, or they'll do a whole arc of flashback episodes, and it's are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's you gotta skip it.
Yeah, I just kind of went through that, so. Well, what happened halfway through the trip? All of a sudden, my dubbed content went away. I'm like, what? I thought something screwed up, and I'm looking at it, and everything else is all subtitled. I'm like, mother trucker, and I'm like, I don't even know, 160 episodes in on it. I mean, this is a 500 episode Shippuden is, it's insane. And so yeah, I'm about 160 in, and all of a sudden it just stopped. The but thank God I did kind of watch all that, because now I have all their voices like stuck in my head.
Yeah.
You know, like of the actors that do the voiceover work, and so now anytime they do talk in Japanese, like I kind of like picture it in my mind as
Right.
the character saying it, or what Naruto sounds like. Actually, if you listen to it in Japanese, it's a chick that does his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm sure you probably knew that, but
Oh yeah. Well, they do. That's how like all those any kind of
yeah, like
shonen
Bart
main
Simpson.
Well, yeah, but
like
like any
remember?
shonen main character that doesn't age like that, they usually get a woman to do it because it's just easier for them
Yeah,
to keep
that-
their pitch.
But
Like
anyway,
Luffy,
man.
Luffy
Yeah,
from One Piece.
I was like real bummed, man. I'm like, man, how? And then I looked it up, and yeah, it takes a lot of time to do the voiceover work for these shows, and sometimes they don't even get done, like
No.
all of them. I mean, how can you do 600 episodes or whatever? You know, like.
Yeah, dude.
But
It's crazy.
and they usually come out a year or so after. You know, it's. So I'm just like, you know what? All right, I'll give it a shot, and after about like. Because these are 20-minute episodes, so about three of them, I finally was like used to it, just staring down at my phone, reading it, following along. The music and stuff like that in Naruto is what makes it really helps the show. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's really good stuff, and it's produced really well. Like for an anime, I don't know, you know, like I've come across some of the newer stuff I've seen on Netflix has been really good. They're producing them really well. I know a lot of people get like jaded about Netflix, but I don't really know. I'm kind of new to the whole thing, sort of. But I've been watching everything that comes out. Actually, I even started at Evangelia. And
Oh yeah, dude. That's
I started
a trip,
that
man.
on Netflix.
That is a
I'm
fucking
like
trip.
8 or 9 in on that.
Yeah,
That's
that
pretty
show's
wild. I like
Yeah,
it. I love
dude.
the mech shit, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
oh, it's so much more than a mech show.
Oh,
It's like,
I know.
It's,
Yeah, it
dude.
is.
Ava is one of those weird shows where it like starts out as like a monster of the week like mech show.
Yeah.
Where they're fighting angels and then it just gets insane. It's so much more
Yeah, this
than
whole
that.
angel thing, like what the? Yeah,
Oh yeah, man, it's crazy.
I can't wait. I mean, they only have I should say one season, but it's like a ton of episodes. You know, like
Yeah.
and or at least 30 or something. I think there's on there. I don't know, but season 1 dude, it's from like I don't even know, maybe late 90s or
I think it might have
like,
started
or
in 90.
2000-ish,
Yeah, 99,
something.
2000. Shit, 1 second. Fill time, 1 sec.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've been watching that shit for a while, and anything that comes out that looks super dope, I've seen it. I've already watched it on Netflix for sure, anime wise, and then I don't know, maybe. I mean, some of the cooler ones. I mean, some of the coolest ones I've seen. Definitely, I don't know why Naruto.
Dude.
You know, a lot of kids have watched that, and like I said, I'm late to the game and all this, but I just like the content. It's good, and
Dude, ninjas. It's freaking ninjas.
it's ninjas, dude. It's magic ninjas, and
Give me that chakra, baby. Come on.
that chakra. Yeah.
Well, dude,
Yeah,
have you
like-
watched? Have you watched? You gotta watch One Punch Man, James.
Oh, I know. There's
I
One
think
Punch
that's
Man
on
I
that's
need to
on Hulu.
watch.
One Punch Man is on Hulu, and it's amazing.
Yeah, One Punch is on there. I think that's on Netflix also.
Yeah, it might be on Netflix also.
Yeah.
Dude, when you finish Naruto, we'll get another
Yeah, I'll be
person
jumping on the
we'll-
next thing after that.
we're gonna have to do a
yeah,
big-
but
we're
so
gonna have to
right
do a
now
big
I made it
Naruto
to, yeah, like I
podcast.
said, about 160 some in, and right now, yeah. So I think I've been introduced to almost every crazy ass character. I know who all the tailed beasts are, and Pain, dude. Pain is
Oh, dude, fucking
off
Pain.
the
Pain
chart.
will
I don't
mess your
even know
life up,
what
man.
Pain is yet, but
No, no.
he is a badass dude. I don't even know.
Has he
But,
fought? Has he fought Jarya yet?
Yes. Oh wait, Jiraiya, right?
Yeah,
Kirby Sage.
yeah. Pervy Sage.
Yeah, he killed his ass,
Oh,
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
That
couldn't
right
believe
there.
it.
Yeah, that's oh
That
man,
was heavy.
spoilers.
So so that happened. You're talking about these weird like
Yes.
papers off, like that happened, and then Naruto is still trying to chase down Sasuke,
Yeah,
This
but
sounds
dude,
great
it's
to
like
all
that's
the people that don't watch anime, but
that's like the first major death in that show where you're just like, oh
yeah,
shit, this guy that's been in the show for like hundreds of episodes, it's like they
yeah,
just straight up kill him off like in this. Dude, it was just
dude.
like, what?
And now, yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, they go to attack the hidden leaf. Well, Pain does to go get,
Oh yeah.
and he just whoops up on everybody there. And right at the end of this last episode, supposedly, Kakashi fucking died. I don't buy it though. That dude's tough.
Dude,
I don't know.
Kakashi is amazing. He's
Yeah,
got the fucking
I
one-eyed
love that guy. He's
Sharingan.
the coolest,
Yeah.
chill dude ever.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so I do see him dying though, like eventually, but not yet. There's no way.
I won't
don't know.
spoil anything. But yeah, dude. Naruto talk.
I know. Yeah, it's cool. Like, but I do for some reason. I don't know. Like, I don't know. A couple people I would assume are gonna die along the way. I mean, it's just gonna get worse.
Dude, edit. Oh, yes. That show's a roller coaster. Dude,
But I watch it. I'm a media junkie, dude. I'm not like I'm not. I mean, I'm Twitter. I surf around here and there. I follow whatever is happening, but I don't. I'm not a YouTube guy, surfing guy. I don't watch all the stuff Jerry's watching or even you see half the time. I just don't soak content in that way. I guess I'm not in my office all day a lot. It's not. I have to get up, come down here. Like if it was more accessible, upstairs, the next room over or something maybe, or if I made this into an insane lounge area. But,
oh, dude, speaking of media junkie, Stranger Things 2 tomorrow.
yes, there you go.
Yeah, that gets released. That'll be pretty
So,
good.
did you start Dark season 2 yet?
No, I haven't. I gotta check
Yeah,
that out.
you forgot
though.
about it,
Fuck,
didn't you?
I did forget about it.
I did forget too, and then I was like, all right, I need a break from my 8th episode of Naruto,
Yeah.
And so I fired it up the other night, and oh, dude, it's right back on track.
Oh yeah,
It's
dude,
so
I gotta
crazy.
watch the last episode again.
It
Get a
is-
refresher.
Yeah, because I totally forgot what happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they'll
Dude,
give
all
you you can just watch the little recap thing they do real quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Like,
that'll probably jumpstart my brain.
But yeah, it's a time travel. Like you can travel 33 years forward or 33 years backwards,
Mhm.
and like it's weird. It's a good versus evil,
Yeah, dude, it's
light
awesome.
versus dark.
And it's German.
Yeah,
it's a
really
German
good.
show.
Yeah,
Although I watched the English dubbed and it was really good. I didn't watch
Yeah, so
I
did
didn't
I.
watch it in German.
yeah. I watched the dub. It was
Yeah.
fine.
Which that's the thing, dude. Like live action, I have no problem watching a dub like that. But for some reason with anime, like
Yeah.
something about those Japanese voice actors, man. It's like they've mastered voice acting. Something I don't know what it is.
You've done a good job. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. So I've watched a ton of random shit. I just watched a cool movie in the cloud. It was Alita Battle Warrior.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude. I heard that
It's-
was put on there. I gotta
It's
check that
awesome. Yeah, it's almost like they're androids, but she
Right.
looks like an anime character.
out. Yeah, dude,
It's
she's
really
got those
weird.
big eyes. Yeah.
She's got these big eyes, dude. Yeah. Jenny, quit looking at me with them bug eyes.
Yeah, dude, I gotta check that one out.
But it's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of odd and weird at the same time. Like that whole dystopian future type, like everybody in the whole city has got some type of cybernetic, mostly due to an injury or
Right.
something. But like,
Well, dude, I think
it's
that
pretty-
movie would have done a lot better, but it got released the same exact time as like Captain Marvel or one of the Marvel movies, so it got overshadowed
oh
by
god, yeah, good luck. Yeah.
it. Yeah, it got overshadowed by all that shit.
And Shazam, I gotta watch that. So
Oh yeah, I heard a lot of good reviews about Shazam.
Yeah,
Dude, I
so
like the DC Universe shows and stuff. Like I don't like the Marvel shit, man. Like the DC stuff
Yeah.
is so much. And did you see how they're making a Netflix got the rights to Neil Gaiman's Sandman? His the
I don't
Sandman
know
comics?
what that. I saw that, but I don't know Sandman, whatever that is.
Yeah,
I
dude,
don't
it's
know.
yeah. Well, dude, anything Neil Gaiman does is amazing. Like American Gods and Good Omens. Like
Oh,
these,
okay.
they're seeing how good these shows are, so they're just trying to get all the rights to his shit.
Oh, I did see The Witcher. Their Netflix.
Oh
is
yeah, I heard
making,
something about that.
doing a series,
I never
and
played any
Henry
of those. Did you ever play any of the Witcher games?
No, but I'd like to. But
Yeah, they look pretty sweet.
it's based off the book from what I was reading the other day, and it's the dude that plays Superman. He's the main character. He's
Oh no shit.
Yep, Henry Cavill or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got Robert Pattinson is gonna be the new Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, dude, I think he's gonna do a great job.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Dude, anybody's better than Ben
Lots of cool
Affleck.
stuff.
Ben Affleck was a terrible Batman.
Dude.
The worst.
Just kind of mumbled his way through
Yeah,
everything.
he did. Oh shit. Man,
Yeah.
2 years, James.
2 years.
2
Ding.
years. That's crazy, man. I never would have thought.
Nope.
We've been consistent. We've been consistent weekly, and that's
I guess that's
and
the key to doing a show.
That's
right?
today in the chats. Jerry's like, oh yeah, you know, Jerry's got Knox Bunty. He's like, oh, we could record the second hour later. And I'm like, well, I was like, no, it's like we got to get the podcast out on Wednesday night. I was like, there's
Yep.
probably at least one of our listeners out there that's dependent on their Thursday morning commute to listen to Cruising with Steak. That may not be true,
we don't
but
know.
but I'd like to imagine, because dude, I'm a podcast junkie. And a lot of podcasts
something
are on
doesn't go
schedules.
out right, you're
exactly,
like, what happened?
dude. When I wake up in the there's like certain days that it's
Yeah.
this morning that podcast got released. I'm gonna listen to this. Like it messes me up. So it's like you
Yeah.
know, being a listener, I empathize. And
Yep.
who knows? Maybe it's just all bots that are downloading our show, and there's not actual real people. But I'm gonna assume that there is.
No, there are definitely people that listen to the show, and I appreciate all of you guys.
Hell yeah, you guys
And-
are awesome. We do it for
Yep.
the people. I mean,
Yep.
I kind of we not really though. We sort of do it for ourselves, and if people come, it's even better. Just join the magic. Be a part of the magic.
Yeah, be a part of the magic. Yes.
For those of you who don't know, James Cruz, you were in studio with Midnight Mike. I don't know if we did.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that on
kind
the
of
show.
meant, it was part
But I
of
think it
my
was in passing.
Arizona trip.
Like, how
but
was
I-
Mike's?
yeah.
How was Command Center Alpha 1? How was the studio there? What was it
It's-
like meeting Mike?
It looks like the inside of a UFO.
Does it
It's
seriously?
insane. Yeah. It's nothing like you would ever possibly think of. It's 3 times as big as you think you see just on the YouTube show. It's amazing. It's off the charts. There's a lot of stuff going on that Mike handles and running a show, and I shout out to Mike, like, because that's
Yeah.
just
Shout
a
out to
lot. He does a
OBDM.
lot of work, dude. And but yeah, it's a amazing setup. He's got 4 screens set up. He's got call screen. He's got everything. He's got everything going on, dude.
Yeah.
Massive
and, dude, he
computers
showed-
running everything. Plus the whole audio deck is off the charts.
Yeah, you sounded so good on that. I was like, oh man. I was
Yeah.
like, this setup is beautiful.
Yeah. All that compression and stuff. Yeah, equipment he
Yeah,
has.
man, he really understands it. He's put so much money into it.
Yeah.
It's like insane.
Yeah, and I was just using like an old mic that like the kind of one I used to have, and it sounded good.
Yeah.
like god damn. But yeah, he did a great job, and it was a blast hanging out with Mike. I had a great time. We had a great time hanging out at dinner. We were cracking jokes left and right. We actually came up with a I don't know how I got on the subject, Alex Jones, but it came up at dinner, and we were just rolling, dude. I mean, we came up with a whole water park, a themed water park of Alex Jones like rides, like just the gay frog wave pool and stuff. I mean, just like you name it, it was all happening.
That's awesome.
There's just so many random things, dude, that get brought up, and it was really cool because all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, it's Midnight Mike, like yeah, I don't know, it's weird. at first you're like, hey, dude, you're just hanging out for a minute, breaking bread, and we went to a Mexican joint, of course, and God, he tried taking me to this vegan restaurant. I'm like, no,
Oh,
dude.
what? Yeah, what are you,
Yeah.
insane? No, no, no.
I'm like, sorry, dude. I was like, you can literally take me anywhere but here. I don't even care. He's like, how about you just come up with the place and we'll meet you? I'm like, that sounds fine.
Some vegan restaurant. Oh, hipster
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah. Nicole, his wife, is real. Yeah, she's all into it. Yeah.
Oh,
and,
man. The sacrifices
Mike,
people make for love. It's crazy.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, so we hung out for a couple hours that night, and then I went over his place the day before I left and did the Night Talk episode. You can check it out on OBDM on YouTube. So if you guys want to check that out, it was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
In studio.
In studio. Yeah, it's been great. We get a lot of crossover between us
Yes.
and OBDM.
Yeah,
It's
shout
nice.
out to Grimerica.
Yeah, Grimerica, they're doing their thing. Dude,
Yep.
I barely even talk in the Grimerica chats anymore. I'll like click on it, and then there's just all these people that I don't know who they are anymore, and I'm like, this place became a world I'm not familiar with. Like, I'm going back to the CwS chats. That's my home
Yeah, I
over
don't
there.
spend too much time.
No, man, it's chaos.
Yeah. I mean,
But
they
it's kind
have
of crazy. Like,
a
it's
lot
almost.
going on.
Yeah, dude. But it's like it's one of those things where I think at this point in time, if we would have joined the Grimerica chats, it wouldn't have been the same. Like it was
Nope.
like when it first started up right there, and everybody was joining in. We built this strange. There was this strange community just clicking and.
Yeah, we
it's
all
weird.
built this thing. Thanks,
Dude, yeah,
yeah,
dude.
you're all welcome.
You're all welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That was crazy, man. There's and
Yeah.
just the amount of people that have just come and gone. Friends. Well, I mean, everybody's still kind of around.
Yep.
Well, I mean, Field's been. I wonder how Field's doing. He'll pop in
I
every
know.
now and then. But yeah, dude, this work camps and he's just haven't seen him. Sean Shameless. It's like he's around. He'll pop in once like every month or something.
He's got his own channel. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's But he's never on. You know.
He's never on.
Liberal
yeah.
Mike. I haven't heard from Liberal Mike in a while. I still see him in
I think
the
he went
Discord. every now
to
and then.
the contact at the cabin. I think.
Yeah,
I
I
think he
they
did.
were all there. Yeah,
Once
they're
in a
doing
while,
that
you'll
whole
see
thing.
the old school dudes pop in, but we're still plugging along.
Hell yeah, we are. we still got the OGs though. Felix, Jerry,
Yeah.
Suzanne.
Definitely.
Yeah, dude.
We ain't going nowhere.
No, we really aren't. Like I really.
No, there's
it's
nowhere
not
to
like-
go.
No, I don't see any of us just up and
No,
changing
man.
our
Yeah,
lives
you'll
all of a
always
sudden.
hear us from now till one of us dies.
Yeah,
or
until
something.
exactly.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much. Knock on wood, but
So,
yeah, unless
I
something
know.
insane happens, Cruising Mistake's
Uh-huh.
gonna continue for eternity.
Yeah, it totally will.
I mean, it's not like
Because there's
I'm gonna
always
go
going
off
to be
and get
something to
married
talk
or
about,
anything.
dude. And what better
Always.
platform than what we have? So.
Mm-hmm. Even though like if we ever, I mean, we in this political climate, our show would be probably considered canceled or just because
Cancel
we
culture.
yeah, dude, just because we don't completely badmouth Trump and kind of think his shenanigans
Right.
are hilarious. And
Yeah.
find a lot of things that the left does outrageous. So yeah, we'd probably be canceled. But fuck it, man. It's
And
just
I made
weird.
a lot of money in Atlantic City, and I'm very proud of it.
Yes, he did.
My president.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, how about all this crazy shit going on right now, man? Like, I don't know if something's there's all these talks going on. Like yesterday, which we didn't even get a chance to get into on the show because we lost it. I probably would, but that whole thing, like Pence's plane got turned around. Something happened with
Oh, right.
like
Yeah.
Russia, Putin got called back to like meet with his defense people. Some Russian nuclear submarine ended up getting hit, and a bunch of like Russian seamen died. Like, dude, there's all this shit heating up. And then I see SMQ tweeting out today that his source tells him that Trump's gonna be on Tucker Carlson on Friday talking about like UFO disclosure or some shit. Like, dude, it's all just madness.
And it only makes common sense.
It really does. But here's, dude, I'm
whatever tops the charts in the land of crazy is it's just happening every day right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got just people getting clubbed to death in Portland. I mean,
Oh, dude, madness.
for protesting. It's like I don't even know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But that's kind of an ongoing thing out there at this point.
I don't know. It's almost like it's almost like there's the left has gone so like this whole Antifa thing. It's like they're dude, I don't know. It's always been a part of the establishment. Like just with the hippies since then, everything like you need to silence the left, and then almost if you have these insane people come out, you're gonna make them self-censor and silence themselves. 'Cause it's like you can't have these nutso fucking masked people beating people's heads in. Like that was, I don't know.
No, yeah, you did.
It seemed cool back in like '99 when they were but like when they were protesting like the WTO back in '99 and shit, it seemed cool. But it's like times have changed, and I feel like they've lost the message, and just blaming or
What
calling
was
everybody
that,
a Nazi.
remember that
or,
whole sit down thing they did or something? What was that?
you talking about the Occupy movement?
The what?
Occupy when they did
Yes,
Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah. That whole thing, right?
And it's the same group, it's the same people, but it's like they weren't that crazy back then. And back at that point, it felt like they were like I felt like, oh, okay, these people are protesting, you know, Wall Street or whatever. Like fuck it, they're doing something cool. But it's like now it's like, what are you guys doing? You're calling everybody Nazis and you're throwing milkshakes.
Yeah,
dude, it's fucking retarded, and it's gonna
so
lead.
dumb.
It's gonna escalate, and what's gonna happen is somebody's gonna just start mowing down a crowd of these people. Like it's gonna escalate to that.
like
You
that
can't-
kid in North Carolina or whatever. Now he's like sentenced to life, like for mowing down those people with his car at a rally at an extreme right wing rally.
It's just fucking crazy, man. But you know, that's why we have Cruising with Steak. We're gonna raise the vibration and get us to 5D Earth.
Yeah,
We don't
remember
need
the
that
good
negative
news
energy.
segment?
Yeah, remember when we used to do stuff like that?
Segments and songs.
Yeah, we haven't done segments in a while. We should bring those out of retirement.
That would bring structure back to it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
But
dude,
the-
there's some. See, the shows. There's some shows where like, when we stop record, I feel like $1,000,000. Like, oh, that was a great ass conversation. I had a great time that night. It could have been because I got more drunk than before, but who knows? But then there's other shows where I'm just like looking at the clock, like, oh God, we gotta end this. This is a disaster. Just
Isn't
like,
it weird? Yeah.
It is, where it's just I don't feel good about this. Like I'm not getting a good energy. It's like, but we're
I'll
putting it
have
up
that,
anyway.
and then I do listen to a lot of the shows. Some of them I might have not listened to all the way or halfway, you know. But like,
Dude, I haven't listened.
when I do go back and listen to them, they sound pretty good, dude.
Yeah,
I
dude.
particularly want to hear the quality of it. Like I'm always wondering, like when sounds are getting played or clips are played or
Your clips come
music's
through great.
played, I kind of wondering like in levels of microphone and who's getting blasted. You know, I'm kind of listening to quality along with content. You know, but
Well, that's one thing, dude. I mean, I never get too much feedback saying like, "Hey, this podcast sounds like shit," or "Hey, this is awful." Like the most thing that I'll mess up is end up muting my mic halfway through. I've been doing that a lot lately, where I'll accidentally mute my mic and just be like dead silent to there.
I mean, you get the standard when you have a group of 8 people in a chat. You're gonna get people stepping on each other's feet.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard to control that. But I think just with anything, it just takes time to get used to how Jerry talks or I talk or you talk or, you know, but once, and then you can insert your comment here or you can go ballistic like Jerry did the other day.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was good. Felix said he ISO'd that sound when he screamed at that guy. He's like, oh yeah, I ISO'd that.
Yeah. But you'll have times like that where it's like, man, I can't get a word in, you know, like, but me, most of the time, I just, be my guest. You guys are on here, talk. Like, the floor is yours.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, dude. If the conversation's going, like, if there's some interesting shit getting talked about, I'll just sit back and enjoy it for a minute.
Yeah, because we were doing before the storm that you can hear in the background here. Like,
I know, dude.
totally
It's storming
took
like
us
crazy right now.
down.
I wonder how this is gonna sound coming out.
I like it. I love it.
We'll see.
And
We'll see.
now I could barely hear, but once in a while I'd hear some thunder,
Yeah.
and I love it. But yeah, they we should just have some random background music playing.
Just the entire time. Just add a whole bunch of sounds.
Yes.
Just make it unlistenable. Look at that.
But it was World UFO Day or something yesterday, and
It was.
just all this UFO talk has been pretty bananas lately. And
You know, I like the UFO. You know, dude, I've always loved UFOs.
yeah,
But it's like once you go into UFOs so much and you read so many accounts and so many experiences of people that experience something weird, but it's not nuts and bolts. It's some kind of like either psi phenomenon or some kind of strange shit going on. Like, dude, there's so many layers to the UFO phenomenon. And it's like, what is this some kind of like co-creation thing? Do we create this thing that we're seeing? Is this something on another dimension that's bleeding through that we could see that certain people could tap into? Is it some kind of like psychic reaction? Like, I don't even know, man. Who knows what this shit is? But it's like that's what's irritating me right now is that people are coming out like, no, it's nuts and bolts, like, and that's all it is. Like, it's like, no, I feel like we've gotten past this. Like, it's got to be more. It's so much more. Like, just there's so much shit. People have been contacting stuff for centuries, just between like ceremonial magic or just fucking anything.
what of all the ancestor stories, and just everyone stared to the heavens. You know, they were always in search of something.
Yeah, and there's always been something weird on this earth, and I think that human beings are the weirdest thing on this planet. So it's like we're creating whatever strange phenomenon this is. Or it's some kind of thing that exists in tandem with us. I don't know.
It's just,
we don't know.
There's these bubbles that interweave, and then when they do, then said image or craft or being pops through, you know, and I think there's a lot to do with that. Then I think there's the whole psyop aspect of it, like, which is, you know, I think a lot of what happened, like back in when the first UFO studies were coming out in the 80s and all that, I think it was a lot of, you know, you're dealing with nuclear situations.
Nuclear.
And I think it was like spin to the, you know, whatever craft you saw or whatever, you know, whatever light you saw.
Yeah, a lot of Cold War tactics and shit.
Cold War tactics was going on back then, and then so, you know, this recent stuff with Elizondo and To the Stars Academy, and, you know, this ATIP program. I watched the newest episode of it. So it's like
about identified that psyop that's going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, it's all about. This one was all about actually it was all about the nuclear stuff, and they went over a Rendlesham Forest case. You know, they went into that, and you know, he went out and visited all those guys, and then they even brought up the whole Doty thing. And then the one you hear the producer talking to Elizondo about his background and shit.
Wait, when you say they bring
didn't
up
really fully address that whole situation of, did he ever work for ATIP? You know.
Well, yeah, but what do you mean they brought up the whole Doty thing? Like, about what did they bring up about Doty?
Being a disinformation agent.
Oh, they actually did talk about that?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
well, dude,
and
I don't know how anybody
well, dude, you worked in this program. Do you think you were fed false information? He's like, dude, our government has been known to do shady shit all the time. He's like, dude, I was in the part, you know, was it DOD or whatever? Yeah. So like, our job was to lie. So
exactly. So how can we even trust? Why are we
Yes.
trusting shit that's coming from these government officials? I just don't understand it, man.
I don't know. Yeah,
It's like,
tough when
and
you hear him say that. Yeah.
it's like, in one hand, these people are like, oh my god, these are the most credible witnesses ever because they're government officials or whatever. But on the other hand, it's like, when have they ever fucking told us the truth about anything? It's like, why are
Yeah.
we listening to them now? Because they're feeding into their confirmation bias.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. You know, like that's why I quit. I couldn't take it. I was getting nowhere. Da da da.
Yeah.
You know, they teamed up with these other 4 dudes and a rock star. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Well, dude, it's like the writing is on the walls. It's
out there.
I've been following this stuff since Tom DeLonge. The first article came out saying like, oh, Tom DeLonge is kind of interested in aliens. Like it started where you see him out there. He's getting this information. He's starting to write this book, and then all of a sudden you have Hillary Clinton on the Tonight Show pushing a UAP message. You have the WikiLeaks stuff coming out that shows John Podesta was talking with Tom DeLonge to get this going. And you know, we all know the Hillary Clinton or in the Podesta link. So you have that going on, and then you have and then Tom DeLonge just went on this, as soon as Trump got elected, he went on this Twitter rant saying how Trump was going to get impeached. He knows all these people who have documents and stuff, and then that all shut up. So it's like they were attempting to launch this program under Hillary Clinton's election. Like they had this whole thing planned out. They were ready for it. Hillary lost. They didn't know what to do anymore, so they were just kind of writing it out. They're like, okay, we're going to go with the program anyway. So it's like now they're going to try to do this, and I don't think Trump is on board with it. And who knows, dude, if they're going to manipulate this. It's the next step to unveil new technology. In some point, they need this. They need this shit to unveil new technology for some reason. Or I don't know if it's to unite the planet, or I have no idea what any of this is about.
Dude, fucking more power to him if he wants to unite the planet.
Yeah, but I mean that's nothing.
That's another weird psyop, though, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know. Like,
are alien overlords? No thanks. I don't want that.
alien overlords, yeah.
But who knows? But
God,
we don't know.
It's such a ever evolving story.
It is, and it's so interesting.
Of narrative and disinformation, and now with obviously the beauty and the power of the internet, anybody can say anything.
Yeah, dude. There's so much information.
Or you had to
disinformation.
do a ton of research and read everybody's books, and you were getting spun back then. You were just reading it instead of.
Well, but it seems like information was more credible back then because it was a harder process to get stuff published. Like you would probably take time not just to put anything down on bullshit. But I don't know.
Yeah, and that's one cool thing about when you do look into the history of the subject is how far back it goes, and like.
Yeah.
And it seems more credible the further back you go, and all the way from the whole first stages of it. You know, most people think it was like, Roswell, but actually it was like in '57 when they were filmed.
Well, Roswell happened in '47.
'47, but yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was all 40. Yeah, it was all in the 40. And that was when they were doing nuke stuff.
Well, I mean, Suzanne and Jerry talk about it all the time. So about 1947 is something happened in 1947.
Yeah.
Where a bunch of shit went on, and there was just changing of the consciousness almost, or the changing of history to a point.
So
I don't know, man.
Kenneth Arnold, he was a pilot, and he saw these 9 bat-shaped objects flying in a pattern. That was like the first thing, and then a little bit.
Saw the discs.
It quickly changed after that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the beginning of the whole craze.
Yep.
I don't know, but insert any story you've ever heard.
Did you watch
after that?
Did you watch American Gods season 2 yet?
No.
Oh man.
No, I'm just like I've been doing the Naruto and then I'm jumping back to Dark, and I'll watch like an hour or two of that.
There's this whole segment in it though where they talk about like the War of the Worlds thing and how like how they use fear to like control the masses and stuff, and
there you go.
How the whole alien thing is just a huge fear-based psyop that they're using.
Well, that's kind of what they're saying and unidentified. It's like this. It's the one pilot that they've been bringing around all the rounds that from the videos and the Tic Tac videos and stuff. He's all about just like, hey man, if it's green men and they want to be civil, great. We'll all sing kumbaya. But it's like if they're non, if they're a threat, like, which not like they're attacking them or anything, but like we can't chase them, we can't do anything. You know, that's why they classified that program as a threat. You know, it's a weird narrative that they have. It's just super unexplained shit, and they have these protocols that they go over in their program. You know, like it has to do with speed and this and that, and how fast they are. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, it's an interesting show. It's another take on the subject again, but via ex-officials and stuff.
Right.
And they're talking about it. I don't know. And you might get more and more people as they become, you know, their 40 years are up of their non-disclosure agreements or whatever.
We may.
I don't know.
But I can guarantee.
But we love UFOs here and Cruise Mistake.
Yeah, dude. And when something does happen, Cruise Mistake will be reporting on it. That's for sure.
Oh, no doubt. Anything, man. Yeah.
Shit, James. We got about 45 minutes here, man. I think we could. We'll get this show started. So everybody out there, Cruise Mistake 2 years. So yeah, man. Hey, if you want to celebrate our 2-year anniversary, you could go to cruisemistake.com/donate. Maybe send us a little financial love.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
It would be. Or, you know, hey, just join the Discord or send us an email. We have a hate mail segment, grimstake@gmail.com. You know, or it doesn't even have to be hate mail, because we'll get that a lot. People are like, I don't want to send hate mail to you guys.
Hate mail? I just can't bring myself to write it.
Yeah, it's like, no, just send whatever you want. Send a love mail then.
We just call it hate mail. It's a hate box.
It's the jingle. It's our DuckTales hate mail jingle. It happens. But,
it's great when we get those. We get to read them.
Oh, I love them.
Who would want to hear their email read?
Yeah, I love reading hate mails.
People don't want. We need like a voicemail line, but no one ever does.
No, dude, I don't think anybody would ever call in.
People barely want to write an email. We need like a Twitter.
Tweet at us.
Twitter thing or something.
Read your tweets.
Maybe people can do it in 10 words or less.
Yeah. And if you got something to talk about, a cool story or something, reach out.
Oh,
we got a place for you on the show, and you don't even have to come into the maelstrom. We could just set up a little thing if you want. If you're shy.
Yep.
You know, we just, just hang out.
Just
and be a part of the magic.
You only have to pull your pants down in front of us. It's all good.
It's
you don't
true.
Have to do it in front of the whole group.
We won't even judge you. All sizes. We love it all.
Yeah.
So that'll do it. We'll see you guys next week. End of this show, somehow the power went out exactly at the end of Felix's songs, so the last thing you'll hear is Felix performing a live rendition of his song Hit Song. He sings a little differently. Dude, it was so great. This is so great. But that'll end the show. So we'll catch you guys next week.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live. Okay.
Cruising with Steve. Get in, sit down, buckle up. Cruising with Steve. Get in, sit down, buckle up. Cruising with Steve.
Welcome back to Cruisin' with Steak. This is Grimsteak here, coming at you live on Tuesday night, Grimerica FM. Here we are. It's what is it, July 2nd, World UFO Day. I'd like to welcome back from Arizona, wonderful my man James Cruz.
Howdy-o, neighbor.
Hey, man. And we'll also welcome Mr. Jerry Cthulhu.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, hey. And we'll also bring back to the return Mr. Cliff Wall, a.k.a. Felix.
Shucking and jiving.
Shucking and jiving. And we also welcome Miss Suzanne.
Happy UFO Day.
Happy UFO Day. Here we are.
And pork chops.
And pork chops. Pork chop sandwiches.
Oh my gosh, you triggered me again.
Triggering Jerry's MK Ultra.
Clucking
Oh my
like a
God.
chicken.
Manchurian candidate. Hi, Cliff.
Oh, man.
Hands
Yeah.
clucking.
Hens clucking. Hens clucking. Do I have that soundbite still? Yeah, where is that guy? I miss him.
Hens
Cooking cow.
clucking.
That
Hens
guy or-
clucking.
Sean.
No, Sean Shameless.
Oh yeah, where is? I was thinking about him the other day.
He'll probably call me tonight.
The last,
Probably.
yeah, that's what I don't like. He's a caller, not a texter, and I don't talk on the phone, so I'm just always, he calls and I text him, like, just text me.
Millennials.
Like, I don't want to talk. Yeah.
I don't like talking on the phone either.
I don't either.
I don't like holding the damn thing.
No.
What about leaving voicemails? You guys like leaving voicemails? No, I don't leave voicemail.
No.
I don't either.
Except for my kids. I do for my kids.
no,
Yeah, they're fun when you could just like goof, but when it's like a serious thing where you have to really relay some information, you're like, okay, this is so and so, and I need to refill my prescriptions.
I can't believe like I don't have brain cancer or something, because the amount of times that just holding like a big brick Nokia up to my head for just hours on end and stuff with X's, and it was just
Fall asleep with it next year.
yeah, man, it's just crazy.
No way, you leveled up a long time ago. You're never gonna get that.
Oh, thank you. Probably.
Nasty microwaves won't hurt you if you don't believe they will.
That's right.
It's mind over matter.
That's why I'm not worried about 5G.
Oh, we
Right,
should all
James?
be worried about that. Oh God, how do we need to figure out some way to be able to protect ourselves from it psychically? It's 5G's. I think 5G is going to be the end of us.
No,
Nah.
it's going to be the end of the insects, particularly the bees, and that will be the end of us.
Well, and the animals
Yeah.
too, man. Well, I don't remember what I was just listening to today, but maybe it was Cliff High on THC. He was talking
Yeah,
about
that was
5G and how
Today.
it's like affecting pets. Like
Yeah.
like all these animals are getting cancer now. And this is just from
Killing plants,
4G. This
Killing
is just
trees and shit.
yeah. So it's like, I mean,
I
granted, our
think that's a
molecular.
culmination of all the crap in our food and water. And
Right.
Yeah.
Don't
the
forget
animals'
that
foods and
5G
water.
is just floating on top of 4G.
And supposedly
3G,
nobody
2G,
really even
1G.
has it yet.
What,
So
5G?
how?
They're selling phones with 5G.
I think it's in. They were testing it in Indianapolis a while ago. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
We
read
have
it.
it here in
Somebody-
Davis.
I got 5G.
There you go.
Do you?
Yep.
Well, I mean, they pretend like we don't have it yet.
Yeah.
You have 5G up your butt. Oh no, they've been
Yeah.
rolling out 5G for the last 2 years.
But what was Cliff High saying on THC? Saying that he was seeing that they might have a technology that'll just supersede it, and it'll be all for the better.
They do. That's 6G. Trump alluded to it
Yeah,
already.
he's Trump.
He was
It's like
He did.
quantum entanglement
Trump's
technology.
Trump's
that-
5G. Yeah, it is quantum. Yeah, dude. Well, that's what the whole UFO thing is. They need to be able to release this new tech and say, "Oh, we got it from the aliens." It's all an
No.
elaborate, huge thing that's just in the making.
Maybe they,
And it only makes common sense.
Exactly.
I
they
was
very well may have gotten it from aliens.
I was talking to my wife just jokingly the other day, talking about our neighbor. He's got like fancy cars and this and that.
Fancy cars.
And I was like, oh, imagine in a couple of years, we'll say, oh, there's Josh, there's him in his flying car, and he'll just like take off from the middle of the street and just fly straight up, and we'll be.
Never gonna
And I
happen.
made a lot of money in Atlantic City, and I'm very proud of it.
It could happen.
Man.
So they say the coverage is going to reach 1.9 billion people. That can get 5G by 2020.
Well, in the
It'll blanket
chat's,
up to 65% of the world's population.
Jesus.
I
Hey,
could do
Joey
with that.
J
What's the
just said
6G?
It's the
works-
next gen.
his company makes T-shirts for T-Mobile, and they've been printing a ton of 5G promotion T-shirts.
Yeah.
So it's all happening. It's definitely
See,
happening.
Well, maybe this is the event.
Everyone's being scammed, and I'll tell you why.
Cinco G.
Okay.
What could they possibly put in a phone right now that would make you go buy a new one?
Mm.
What new features can they add to your phone feature to make it better? The iPhone is still
a holographic display, a holographic pop-up display.
yeah, it's
a
not going to
dipstick.
be. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? There's just really they can't pack any more punch into
A
these
money
things.
tree.
So
No,
5G making it faster on the
Yeah.
network. That's this is a big marketing ploy. That's why they're printing shirts. That's why they've been talking about it
Yeah.
for 3 years.
Well, I love how they say like you could download a movie in like 2 minutes or something. It's like, who even downloads movies? We stream everything now. Like nobody actually
Yeah.
downloads a movie. Like,
Maybe a phone with like a laser pointer built into it.
oh, for the
They have,
cats.
they have
Yeah.
those. They flopped.
Darn it.
Dude, I think
Yeah.
I've talked about this before, but with the Nokia N-Gage, it was
Yeah.
like it was a phone with, but it
Keyboard.
was an actual console, like a Game Boy with cartridges and everything for it, custom games built for it.
Jesus.
Phone with a knife, and like a Swiss Army knife.
Oh, now
I
you're
used to have a
talking.
T-Mobile Sidekick. Did you ever see those?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
we had
sidekicks,
one.
those are nice.
I love that thing.
Man, I'm kind of into this knife phone idea. Make a tactical phone with it could have like flint on it and a knife and maybe
And a number 2 pencil.
yeah, and a number 2 pencils. So when you have to take your SATs,
Jerry could make the wood the
You said wood. It could be a carbon fiber pencil. It doubles as a fucking knife, a stabby
Ooh.
thing.
I like
Did you
that.
see? Did you
I
see?
like that.
I don't know if that was real, but there was like a prototype for a spork or your cell phone case has like a spoon, so you never have to look away from your phone and you just eat your bowl of cereal.
Oh my god!
That's for live streaming extreme.
And
It's,
you're able to keep your eyes on your screen the whole entire time you're eating.
Jesus.
It might have been real.
it could have been. I mean,
I saw it in the chats, I think.
I like that. Tactical
Yeah.
spoons. James, how was Arizona?
Oh man, it was a blast.
Give me some
I,
highlights.
Grand Canyon?
No, Grand Canyon. I didn't go there. No, that's too far of a drive. That would have taken
4 hours from
Yeah, at
Phoenix,
least 4
isn't it?
hours. Yeah.
Yeah, 4.5 maybe.
Yeah, I'd have to incorporate that into like an overnight stay or something. Yeah. That's the tough part about the Grand Canyon. There's nowhere really close to it.
I never knew that.
There's nowhere really close.
Oh, I like that.
What was it? What was that pink? Those pink tours that you went on with the pink.
Yeah. It was the pink Jeep tours. It was Nick 4x4 Jeeps or whatever, and yeah, and they were pink and they were awesome. But yeah, there's a couple different companies that take you up into the canyon there. I was going to say it's basically like the southern edge of the Grand Canyon. It's kind of the same thing. Grand Canyon is just deeper, just
It's like
goes further down.
It was like Subpar Canyon.
No, it was an amazing place. I highly recommend everybody going to Sedona. And
Did they like feed? Is there like any refreshments or anything? They have like a cooler in the back with like drinks and stuff.
just on the front bumper, there's like a keg of water, like in a cooler type keg.
What kind of water?
This mountain spring water. No, I have no clue. Probably from the bathroom.
Tap water.
Yeah, I would imagine. But Phoenix was dope, dude. I got a little rundown of what I did there. But the airport, dude, I'll tell you, man. The airport was
Got a little
amazing.
rundown.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The airport's amazing in Phoenix. They completely redid the airport. It's like brand new. And it's not busy at all.
It rise from the ashes of the old.
Yes, it did. It's risen even better. More powerful wings, everything. It's very clean. Yeah, even like coming back home, like going through TSA, it was the least busy airport I've ever been to in my life. I walked right up and we were like next in line. That's never happened. But yeah, almost everybody I met there was really nice.
Was there any gargoyles? Didn't we hear something recently about there being gargoyles in the airport? A certain airport had some like a gargoyle.
I didn't.
That's Denver.
Denver airport has gargoyles.
And the Lucifer horse and a bunch of other shit. Had some crazy murals too, but I think those have been taken down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they took the murals down. From what I've heard.
I don't know. Went to a couple different sites around Phoenix. I mean, it's not like super touristy like place. I mean, we just found interesting places to check out. Like if you're really into outdoors and hiking and shit, I mean, it's really cool. I'd recommend not going in the summer. Like it's a little hot. I don't think there was a day below 100. But what they say, you know, it's a dry heat. You don't really feel it. I mean, it just kind of feels like you're in an oven compared to like if you know you're down over on the East Coast or you know over on the East Coast here where it's you just feel everything. It's like it's the worst. Like today I was dying outside working.
Swamp ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was in my garage yesterday doing. I turned a bowl last night or something, and I was sweating. I was sweating so hard I could see it coming down my legs.
Yeah,
like
jeez,
just trails.
I've never seen that before. I'm like, oh my god,
humidity,
sexy.
See out there, yeah, it's like it's so hot. It's like an oven basically. You don't. There's no humidity. It's just like you're sweating, but it's evaporating like insane fast. So that's how you become dehydrated. Like you wouldn't even know it until like it's too late.
Well, when it's too humid too, you don't sweat either.
Right.
No, you got it wrong. You got it backwards. If it's too humid, you do not cool off because it doesn't evaporate.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
It evaporates immediately.
The only time, it evaporates immediately. Yeah. So
if you just take your socks off.
So you can either die of dehydration or heat stroke. That's your two choices. With humidity, you get the heat stroke. With the
one day we went to this place called the Hole in the Rock. It's just like it's east of Phoenix, kind of just right across the street from Tempe, north of that, and we went to that like it was like midday. And it was like 103 out. And you hike up this, like, it's an easy trail to hike. You know, it takes 10 minutes to walk around the side of it and walk up into this thing. But it's cool. You walk up into this little mountain and it's just this hole, this giant cave, like opening. And then you come out, you go through it and you can see like just all of Phoenix and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little site.
How did the hole get there? Was it just like
I don't know. It was an archaeological dig there. But I don't think the hole was like, you know, anything part of it. I think that was just always kind of there. But so that was pretty cool. Went to Scottsdale one day. They have this Old Town Scottsdale, which is reminds you of like any small I don't know, it's just a bunch of shops and stuff. And what it was like was, which I would imagine Austin being with these fucking scooters.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's very hipster. Like, oh yeah, Phoenix is very young, like professional. Like it's like a newer type place to be type thing. And this whole Scottsdale area was all that. It was like just people flying 100 miles an hour on these fucking scooters that you just rent through like Uber.
Just the Beverly Hills of Arizona.
Yeah.
A lot of Scottsdale is.
A lot of skinny jeans.
Yeah, totally. It's Pride Month. You know, there's a lot of crazy shit going on out there.
Pride Month is over. We're all not gay now. We all turned straight again.
Well, it was when I was there. Went to another place out towards that way, which was like, I think it's like the Tonto National Forest. It's like the Lost Dutchman State Park, which was like an old mining town. So yeah, you get off the road and then you're like dirt roading it into this like just the middle of nowhere out there again in like 105 degree heat, you know. And
what are they mining for? Plutonium?
No, it was an old gold mine or something. They made it into like a ghost town type situation, you know, like looked like something out of the Wild West, you know.
The Wild West?
Wild West, yeah.
Any like wooden cutouts where you could put your head into like a person's body?
No, they didn't have that. They had a jail and stuff though. Yeah, they had all the typical little town stuff, the church and everything.
Do they have that steak restaurant where they cut people's ties off and hang them on the ceiling?
They did have a steak.
Is that place?
I don't remember I don't know if I have
the Thai restaurant? Like Thai food?
No, they just if you wore a tie in there, they would cut it off and hang it on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Actually, what I'll do here.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Since this is a podcast, I'll share my video for you guys.
Cool. I rode a camel there.
Oh, really?
If it's the same Old Wild West, but you know that was like what, 30 years ago, 32 years ago.
Did you go to rodeos or anything?
This is the saloon over here. That's where the food was, or that steak place was.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, cool. It looks the same.
Yeah, here's
5G
5G. No, the signal is kind of crappy there. Yeah, you drive in and you drive like under this thing, like it's like an old well type stuff.
Oil well.
Yeah,
it's like Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah. This was like their merch shop. I'll show you a picture here.
Yeah, that looks like it.
That's rad.
The kids are, dude, we got them. Hell yeah, we got them candy cigarettes.
Oh, they sold candy cigarettes?
Oh yeah, they're hard to find, aren't they?
Yeah, they're probably.
When's the last time you've seen one of them? Yeah,
today.
The ice cream man has them.
Yeah, they like that. They're good for like one like you can blow out the It's like
did you just say the ice cream man has candy cigarettes, Suzanne?
He used to. That's why I used to buy them.
Except they're not on the menu, and you have to ask special, and he pulls them out of where.
It's like on their super secret menu.
Obama wine holder, which is pretty funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Gosh, I love horses.
Nice.
James did some posing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, there's a church in there.
Grimerica t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, actually a guy I went into this one like janky little store and like guy's like, "What's that shirt say?" This is Grimerica show. It's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's a podcast." Oh, podcasts and YouTube. That's all the rage these days, isn't it? I'm like, "Yep, sure." Yeah, so that's pretty funny.
Are you gonna print any of these photos or just keep them all digital?
Oh yeah, I'll probably make some
scrapbook
of them.
Print them.
Yeah, there's some
posterize
cool stuff.
Posterize them.
Yeah, a lot of you guys already kind of seen all the Sedona ones, but those are pretty awesome there.
That's beautiful.
It really was. Yeah,
so gorgeous there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so yeah, then the one night during the week I met up with Midnight Mike and his wife Nicole. Got dinner. Oh, actually it was Tuesday night, the show. I went and met them for the
short guy.
No, he's a little bit taller than I am, actually. I'm like 6 foot, so he's probably 6'2" at least. Yeah. Yeah, and then let's see. Did that, went to Sedona. Oh, I got some cool stories about Sedona with my driver. This guy was awesome. His name was Mike also. Shout out to Mike. He might be listening. I don't know. He knows about the show.
And did you tell him with a Z?
Wait. he knows about the show because he just knew about it, right? Because everybody listens.
Yeah, he's like,
oh, you're James Cruz from that. You're James Cruz from Cruising with Steak.
Cruising with Steak? I'm like, yeah.
He's asking you if you've heard of it.
I'm him.
He's me, and I'm him. But yeah, man, I'm just about halfway through the tour, I started asking him. I was like, so man, the time you lived out, here, and yeah, I think he said he's been living out there for like 4 years or 5 years or something now. I was like, have you seen any crazy shit in the skies or any crazy stories in the mountains? He's like, oh yeah. He got like super excited, and he's like, no, it's like no one's ever asked him that, or something on a tour before. And he got like super pumped. And so he started telling me some stories about, I don't know how long ago, but so for like it was one night. Then I think like the following night that like going home to his house, he lives there in Sedona. Like he would get home, he'd look up and he'd see this light in the sky, like come dart down and then make like a beeline, to the east. Like it did the same thing like 2 nights in a row. So he's like, that was a little weird. And he's like, then the craziest thing, which is, this is pretty fucking crazy, dude. But so he was him and his wife went. They're in the camp, and the people, you can't camp within like a 6 mile radius of Sedona. There's like laws against that because of primarily number one as forest, like because of fire. And also I think I think I was saying that on I went on Night Talk. I went over to Mike's Saturday, so if you guys want, you can check that out. But I think the way Mike was telling me, the tour guide was, I guess they used to have back in the day, like it was like more, a lot of homeless people kind of venturing through. They didn't want them in the town. It's a pretty rich town, and so they put this ban around the whole city. But anyway, so the guy was telling me him and his wife went to go camping, and they had a buddy with them, and so they make it to one spot. They meant to go further, but they ended up hiking back to this spot, and so they're like, screw it, it was getting late, and it was nice out, like it wasn't gonna be a bad night of like rain or anything. So they like, screw it, man. So they just kind of posted up off a trail, and sleeping bags and stuff, didn't bother setting up a tent or anything. He said like a little, we were just kind of laying around, and all of a sudden he's like, me and my wife, we started getting like this uneasy feeling, like something weird was like happening or about to happen. Or he's like, we're not like nervous people. I don't know what it was. And then he's like, sure as shit, dude. He's like, I look up, and then my wife sees everybody. Yeah. And his buddy, he didn't see this, but so because he was in their tent. Stop. I'm busy. Leave. Jesus. Oh, hit him. Oh, what am I doing? Man, what an ass. Right when I'm about to tell a spot.
Anyway, the aliens orchestrated that,
Yes,
They absolutely
there
did.
was
They
a
didn't want to get out.
triangle formation of stealth fighters. So 3 of them in a triangle pattern go flying over, and then behind it was a fucking disc, a flying disc.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to be the Pop-Tart.
Yeah. No.
Pop-Tart cat?
No. Not as gay as that. As dope as a flying disc. And so then his buddy gets out of the tent, and he's like, I gotta go. Like he didn't even know what had happened. He was like, they tripped out and fucking split the scene, dude. They all left. He's like, something was about going on in that whole area. He gave me a lot of cool history stories about Sedona and how chill it was, and then how famous it became. But that was pretty cool story. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Says here, Sedona was named after Sedona Arabelle Miller Schnelby, 1877 to 1950, the wife of Theodore Carleton Schnelby, the city's first postmaster, who was celebrated for her hospitality and industriousness. Her mother, Amanda Miller, claimed to have made the name up because it sounded pretty.
Did you go to Sedona?
Yeah.
Did you see anything?
No, I didn't see anything crazy.
Did you go out to the places where they said to go, like the vortex?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that. Did you walk in any vortexes?
The vortexes are there. That's
What?
like it's new agey shit.
Well, dude, you didn't have a quartz crystal in your pocket. That's why.
Well, that's
your vibrations.
because the new ageism came there to sell you the quartz crystals. Yeah, and then there all of a sudden but there was always this lore of vortexes and stuff, and
you sound skeptical.
Everywhere around there, you buy these fucking rocks everywhere.
All I'm going to say is, if there was any type of real otherworldly energetic centers there,
yeah,
there'd be government office, government compounds all around it.
Yeah.
It would be dominated by government scientists
dipping into the well. Yeah. Right. Yeah, he's like, dude, we offer that tour. There's like 4 or 5 spots that they can take you to in Sedona. And he's like, dude, I've had people fucking come up to me and like they're like, they're like, take me to get healed and all the yeah, like take me to the spots, you know, like cure my cancer. And he's like, dude, I'm just a tour guide. Like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
that's
it's that bad. Like people are like really banking on this
desperate.
shit. You know? Yeah. And so that was pretty wild. But he's like, honestly though, I think the way the vortex stuff works, it's like if you come here and you're just hanging out and you're not on your phone, you're not doing this, you're there, you're out in nature, you're chilling out on the top of a mountain with just the most amazing like scenery and views and sights and sounds and stuff, you know, and you just unplug and of course you're gonna feel better. So I think that's kind of the lore of it. Like there's some history that how Sedona became famous too, like back in the 80s, and it really wasn't that famous. And there was this guy claiming there was going to be a UFO that was going to fucking pop out of one of these vortex spots. Yeah. So no, obviously not. And then 2012, that whole rage, there was an author or something claimed a fucking portal was going to open up at the bottom of one of these
David Wilcock,
big rock, Red Rock Mountain or whatever. And so he climbs this thing, and that's when it really exploded there, because there was helicopters all over the place flying around and like showing the views of Sedona, which no one really kind of, you know, didn't think twice about it. And then all of a sudden you're getting all this media coverage there. And because this dude's going to jump off this fucking rocket and through a portal, you know, and taxpayer dollars pay. Yeah, they had to send a chopper up there and everything to get him out of there. But
taxpayer dollars.
Yeah,
get to the chopper.
I'd rather have that than like fucking
nailed
helicopters to Saturn. Come on.
Or you watch some guy jump off and kill himself. Yeah. Helicopters to Saturn. That's a good band name. I like that.
Yeah.
The helicopters.
That would be a good band name.
Brought to you by NPR.
So shout out to Mike the driver for Pink Jeep Tours, man. He was badass. Oh, and then one night, one other thing I kind of did, I did a lot of swimming. Our hotel was pretty sweet. One night we went, we kind of just were like, man, we need something to do. And so we headed west, which I don't know. You don't know these areas when you don't live there. It'd be like, I'm going to go to the east side of Cleveland, dude. No, man. So I headed west and we went to a drive-in theater and they had 9 screens and went and checked out Men in Black, the new one with Chris Hemsworth, you know, Thor or whatever.
Yeah. How was the mind control in that? Pretty good?
It was pretty good.
How was the feminist program?
SJW-ish, a little bit.
Little SJW-ish there.
Little-ish.
It's the feminist program you got to watch out for.
That's what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I like the movie. It's pretty good.
Drive-in.
Was that in Glendale?
It was in Glendale, yes.
Yeah. I used to live there.
Yeah. I guess there's a high gang population there.
Probably.
The drive-in used to hook at, Suzanne?
Yeah, where the glory hole is.
The Glendale 9 or something 9.
Glendale 9 inches.
Yeah.
Yes.
They had 9 screens. Yeah.
I was the Glendale
my kids
10.
were basically looking out the window the whole time watching the new Chucky movie and the screen next door.
I thought they called you the Dirty Dozen.
Yeah.
The Dirty Dozen.
And then they proceed to knock over this like 10-gallon thing of popcorn in the SUV. Yeah. So there's like 10 pounds of popcorn in the back
just
of the car.
Ruining the rental.
Oh yeah, I left it in there for like 3 days, dude. Yeah. I had to eventually go vacuum it all out.
And it all smells like old bologna
butter
after 4 or 5 days.
Everything.
But other than that, man, yeah, it was a blast, dude. That was Arizona.
Sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah.
No UFOs though, huh? That's kind of sad. It seems like UFO highway.
Michelle Branch is from Sedona, Arizona.
Who's Michelle Branch?
She's a singer-songwriter.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Remember, I think it's the song where it's like, if I could fall into the sky.
Okay, I got you.
Do you think your time would pass me by and
I know that song.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly it.
I know that song.
Tickling the ivories.
Just tickling them.
She really tickled.
Man, I saw this cool video today. I think Talam posted it in the chats. It was of this dude. He had a compressed an air compressor going, and he was blowing it on his guitar strings, mimicking like sounds of trumpets and trombones and all sorts of shit. Like, it was crazy how he was doing it. It sounded pretty awesome.
Cool. Did you ever see that AC/DC? Someone's like dryer or washer is on the fritz, and it makes like a constant like beat, and someone plays like an AC/DC song to it.
That's good.
I don't remember what song it is, but it's that one with like a steady beat.
That's called turning a negative into a positive. You know, you got a problem. No, I'm just gonna make music. Put a YouTube video up with this broke ass dryer.
I'm gonna look it up and see if I could put it in the chatteroonies.
Chatteroonies.
My washer does that when the load is unbalanced.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like when you definitely you throw like
walking.
Throw a comforter in there or something. It's all over.
Yep.
Is Jerry there? I got myself a Himalayan salt crystal lamp.
Oh, very good. I have
Walmart.
I surround myself with them. So.
Oh, one of these things?
Ooh.
Is that what those
You
are?
got one too?
I don't know. Someone left that at an apartment.
We got them all.
Yeah.
I don't
all
have
got
one.
them.
I need to get one.
Salt crystals unite.
Man,
I don't know.
Bitches unite.
It's a night light.
No, it's more.
It kills
What does it
5G.
do? It kills 5G. It absorbs 5G radiation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kidding. I've heard people say that it cleanses energies, whatever that.
Yeah. Pure moods. Gives you.
Well, I don't have to really get into specifics.
Exactly.
Anon Kun already posted the video.
Thunderstruck.
Is it Thunderstruck?
Yes, it is
Yeah,
Thunderstruck. Yes.
That was the other song I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
You should play.
Oh, is it the banjo version of it?
No, this is the
No,
washing
it's-
machine.
He's got the electric guitar and he just sits next to it and it goes. It's. You should play just a little snippet of it.
I have an awesome bluegrass version by the Steven Seagulls.
Yeah. That's.
1, 2, 3,
That's his like washing machine.
Okay, that's enough of that. That's good. That's good stuff. Oh man.
That is funny how like you'll just like sometimes your ears will be humming and ringing and stuff, and you'll just start. I don't know. At least for me, I'll turn it into a beat. You can almost control it, or you almost. It's almost like watching the fan blade spin on your ceiling fan, and you can like time it up to songs and stuff. It's just weird patterns in nature, in life, and how you can match it to like anything.
Pink Floyd and Wizard of Oz.
There you go.
I've also recently there's an artesian well up by us. I've been drinking that and I feel a little more hydrated with it.
So you're getting your water from an actual outdoor well?
Why?
It's up nearby. It's up like up the road from us, and I heard about it through a.
That isn't healthy, honey.
It's not.
That's what your mom would say.
Oh yeah, I had to go around and ask people like, have you actually drank this stuff? And
Did you filter it?
No, I just went for it.
Oh God.
You didn't bring it home and filter it?
Just drinking it straight.
You just drinking it straight.
And how do you feel better?
You're going to die now.
I feel just more hydrated. like just
I think it has more water in it.
It's got extra water in that water.
there's water packed in between the water?
You're handsome.
Wait, you guys should filter it because won't that just take all the minerals out?
Don't filter it that good.
I don't know how that works. Maybe just
I don't
put it
know how
through-
you.
Maybe just run it through a coffee filter or something.
I don't think you're supposed
Just the
to.
big chunks out.
If you don't use
People
like a
just-
reverse osmosis, it'll be fine.
I think.
Well, I
think
guess-
that'll be fine.
I guess, allegedly, probably before there was running water, that's how human beings used to drink water. And we're all here
Wait,
today.
but he lives in
so
a
it must've
place
worked.
where they have actual snow that's
And he doesn't piss in his
clean
well.
and stuff.
Yeah. But there's
So-
are there any factories by you or anything?
Not where this is at. And I asked around a ton, and like I was at Walmart and I was at the checkout, and I said, "Hey, you ever hear about this artesian well?" And the lady goes, "Oh yeah. That guy used to actually provide all the water for Summerfest in Milwaukee with
Really?
his artesian well." So it seems legit. There's a big sign, and I was thinking, this guy can't have a big sign for this, and then just people can just come here and
Not
It
even.
was
it
good.
free?
It tasted good, didn't it?
poisonous.
It's
it
just
tastes-
free
it's
water.
25,
It's just
25
free?
cents a gallon.
A gallon.
It's
Oh,
kind of like it's a
I would buy-
donation. Like there's a little donation, and I just brought big jugs up there.
Now, question: how many times do you think high school kids have gotten trashed and gone and pissed in that well?
Who cares?
No one knows. No, it's
sterile.
totally all. It's all underground, and it comes up through this pipe, and it's just constantly gushing. So there's
Ah,
no
okay.
there's
Thank you.
no little area where you know where it's coming from. It's all just underground.
So he could just be tapping into the regular water table, calling it an artesian well,
Putting a
and
hose.
charging everybody 25 cents a gallon. He's just getting beer money on the town.
And people use it for like craft beer. They'll use it. They'll go and
Craft
use
beer.
water to make like craft beer.
Man,
Beer.
some what is that new Glazer up in Wisconsin? There, that's a good brewery.
Yeah, but then I was searching around YouTube. How safe is this? And was looking at a couple of guys doing a couple of pH studies on water and saying that when your water is really acidic, the water you get out of your tap water, it's very conducive for cancer in your body and stuff like that. So
Everything causes cancer. It's a lotto.
yeah,
Either get it or
but
you
I
don't.
seriously feel like a lot more hydrated.
Did you listen to that THC
Which one?
with Cliff High, the
Yeah.
new one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where Cliff says that cancer is a condition, not a disease.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
Is that what Cliff said? I haven't
Yeah,
listened to it
it's
yet.
like the Joker's plan. It's the deodorant plus the lipstick and the hairspray. give you the cancer.
Oh,
It's crazy though how what.
he had a bout of cancer, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't it didn't attack his lymph nodes because he went on like this intense vitamin regimen or something. He took all these vitamins and other
Vitamin
stuff
C.
and supplements, and I guess he that's what he thinks probably neutralized it. But yeah, that was a crazy
Vitamin
story.
C.
Saying like
Which is-
if he wouldn't have made it to the doctor like the day that he went or whatever, like he would have died that day, like whatever was going on. This
Divine
was-
We
intervention.
would have never known either.
yeah,
yeah, exactly.
crazy.
You'd be floating in heaven.
So,
I don't think so.
so
You don't
somewhere-
think you'd be in heaven?
I don't think he's a Christian man.
Yeah.
Heaven in general.
But I have no, I don't. In
Maybe
general,
not,
no.
maybe not heaven in the Christian form, just as a
Heaven's a made up shit.
yeah. It's just a label for whatever happens to our fucking energies that's inside of us.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
all religions, I think, at this point in my life, I'm pretty sure that all religions are just control mechanisms and the truth to them is buried and twisted around inside their mythology, and there's no way to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I think too, Jerry.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Fourth of July.
religions are they're good like for morals and having a good society, but yeah, a control mechanism totally. 'Cause it's like
Fourth of July is like a ball ritual.
the whole idea of hell. That's kind of what always turned me off of being religious, or when I was going through my rebellious atheist phases or whatever. It's like the hell makes no sense. Like if there's like if God's
Are
forgiving.
you talking about HE double hockey sticks?
Yeah, HE double hockey sticks. It's like torture. Endless torture seems like a human thing. Like I don't see some godly thing thinking of endless torture.
Yeah, but endless torture can also mean endless energy vampirism. It can be interpreted multiple ways.
Or we could all just be in hell. This could be hell. Existence could be hell.
No, this is not hell, but it's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Who knows?
I got crazy ideas about it though.
But we don't know.
Jerry, Jerry, what were you saying before the show started that you there was some guy that you were listening to that has some theory that explains everything or something? You just mentioned it real quick.
Yeah,
really
like puts into perspective what the fuck is going on here with like UFOs and aliens and abductions and all that shit.
What's his theory?
So basically, in a nutshell, what we live in is call it the main timeline 0, right? There are other adjacent timelines that if you are adept can move into or out of, etc. So that being said, aside these timelines are also adjacent realities or parallel realities. And in these realities live these aliens. Okay. And some of them can make contact with humans, some cannot. Some have given humans technology or information leading to technology. Right.
Like when people get downloads and shit.
They might actually see these things. These things might be able to come into our dimension, our time, our reality. I don't know about that, but
it's like what the Bigfoot whisperer was saying. Not the whisperer. No, it was a lady, but she channeled Bigfoot.
So these adjacent realities are not organic; they're holographic. Okay. And they were created by these alien races. Oops, the story. They're created by the alien races as a stopgap measure because they have evolved themselves poorly and ended up in android form. And they want to desperately go back to organic forms. And we're like the only place where they can gain an organic form, a human body. So they've been interacting with military programs and whatnot to do hybrids so they can fucking jump into human bodies. Okay, because this was the thing the person was saying, that the energy that powers those adjacent realities, those holographic adjacent realities, is going away or is already in the process of going away. So they are like desperate to either hop into here if they could, but they can't, or they gotta go.
The veil's thinning.
Well, that's the other part.
The hairline's receding.
It's a two-part thing. So the energies are diminishing from the way this person explains it is that there were cycles of civilization, humanity, right? First, second, third, fourth. The third, fourth, and fifth cycles, and fifth, I believe, was Atlantis, according to this person, that time period. So that cycle, those energies are what are powering these holographic realities because that's how old they are. And right now, what's happening is that the third and fourth dimensions, basically I think it's the fourth dimension is merging into the third dimension right now, which is going to take a couple of years. But when that fully happens, all that energy will be gone and those holographic realities will dissolve. So all the entities that are like hanging, and you got to look at it as if their bodies are somewhere else and they're virtually inserted into this holographic reality. These aliens.
Wow.
Okay. So they're trying to jump into a human body permanently because they can, because their consciousness is compatible. But they're stuck in the virtual reality until they can figure it out. But they can't figure it out because they ran out of time. So they're all going away.
Yeah.
But then we're going to get all the shit that's in the fourth dimension coming here. So it's going to be good times.
The Ghostbusters.
Views and expressed by this person that I watched are not mine.
It's interesting.
Jerry, you have to say that all the time now.
But damn close.
Jerry, can you retell that joke about the kid who swears?
Dirty Ernie?
Yeah, you tell that one again.
I don't remember this.
Well, I got a bunch of Dirty Ernie jokes. There's one.
The one where like they were supposed to write. He was supposed to write
Yeah,
down
it's
something
a
for a
spelling.
certain letter. Yeah.
He's in third grade, and the teachers go, "We're going to play a game of alphabet. I'm going to name a letter of the alphabet, and you're going to tell me a word that begins with that letter." So I'll start the letter A. Immediately, Dirty Ernie's hand goes up. Oh, pick me! He's like was like a Horseshack, right? Cotter, welcome back, Cotter. Anyway, pick me, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not picking him." The teacher's like running through all the dirty words in her head that start with A. Asshole. Okay, no, not him. Mary picks Mary. Apple. APPLE. Thank you, Mary. Okay, letter B. Dirty Ernie's hand goes up. Oh, pick me. She picks Billy. What do you say? Bat. A BAT. Very good, Billy. C. Oh. So anyway, they get all the way down to R because she hasn't picked Ernie yet. Ernie's got his hand up every time. She's like, I can't think of anything. In her head, she says to herself, I can't think of anything you could say it's bad with R. So she goes, okay, Ernie, what's a word that starts with the letter R? And he goes, a rat, a big fucking rat.
Dirty Ernie.
That's funny.
And she says, very, very funny. When she gets past Z, he reaches into his pocket and rolls two 8-balls, pool 8-balls down the middle of the aisle towards the teacher's desk. And they bang into her desk. And she's like, okay, who's the comedian with the black balls? And Dirty Ernie goes, ooh, Flip Wilson.
Jokes of their time. Flip Wilson.
Chris Rock.
I don't know.
The Key and Peele show, guys.
Key and Peele show.
You guys seriously don't know who Flip Wilson is?
I don't know who Key and Peele is.
I know who Flip Wilson is because
I've
talked about Flip Wilson with you guys before, and you've told me who Flip Wilson is. That's the only reason I know.
Mom and Dad told you who Flip was.
Yes, exactly.
Flip Wilson was like the funnier version of Sammy Davis Jr. He was like the token black comedian that got popularized by laughing,
Huh.
Learn something new every day.
I can't remember any other black comedians on Laughing other than Flip Wilson. I'm going to Google that one.
Bing it.
Yeah, that's some wild theories.
So, Suzanne, you think I should filter that water?
Sorry, I was talking pork chops. What?
Do you think I should filter that water?
Sorry,
It's Jerry's code word.
Do I think you should filter the water?
Yeah.
No, I don't actually. I think if everybody that you've talked to says it's fine, I think it's fine.
Okay.
It's from an artesian well, so
This seems pretty safe.
there is. Oh, I've done research on water, and I can't remember what country it's in, but
They have gay
their
frogs.
water really is like, it has more oxygen in it, or more of the compounds that. So what you're saying makes a lot of sense to me, that you feel more hydrated.
Quenched. My thirst is quenched.
Yeah.
Like usually at the end of the day or after work, I'll get home at like 3 and I'll be like, I need some water, but I already drank one water at work. And at the end of the day, I don't feel like I need a water when I get home. So I could tell.
Probably should drink more than one water a day at work.
Well, I drink like a big one in like the morning, and then one big one. I got a little big boy.
What is it now? 6 8-ounce glasses a day?
Who knows?
I
drink a lot of water though.
This thing's pretty big, right?
Yeah, that's big.
Except
32 ounces.
Okay.
32 ounces.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not
I
like
thought
a
you
little,
meant like a little
not a Dixie cup.
16 ounce.
Sipping a Dixie cup. All right, I drank water for the day.
One Dixie cup at
That's funny.
$1.3 trillion.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you got a jam, Felix? We missed a jam last week.
I'll do it really quick.
Last week was a weird show.
I like
Yeah,
that. I took a time code of a moment where Jerry was freaking pissed off about nothing.
That is
It was
not
my
cool.
birthday
Fight
too.
for you
Time code.
with every
Not
breath in my
It's
body.
my birthday, Cliff.
I left out something important that this person said that was really interesting, I thought.
Happy belated birthday.
Oh,
That-
thank you.
She said a few things are this was the main thing though, that the reptilians, the grays, and the insectoids, the mantids and whatnot, are former human souls or consciousnesses that have devolved. They have fallen, if you will. And that is a result of using corrupted or polluted energies, the kind that's running these holographic realities, etc. So, and the grays specifically are humans from the future who came back because they lost the ability to reproduce. I mean, how many times have you heard that story?
Oh, so many times.
Mhm.
Right. So it makes sense that it would be true, or partially true at least. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting that these are devolved beings. They're not things that evolved from amoebas up to, Draco reptilians with vestigial wings.
Well, everything is upside down that they tell us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
made me
So that
think.
makes sense.
Maybe I had a really interesting thought today, but I forgot it. So go ahead, Felix. I'll think about it while you play.
Oh, sure. Okay, the song is called Hit Song.
Oh,
Just
yes.
gonna be I'm just going to go for it.
Just going for it.
Okay, here goes.
It's a great song.
It's called Hit Song. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up. Okay.
2, maybe 4.
Original tune. I hear my soulmate whistling like a tea kettle, playing that seductive game, running through the meadow amongst the flower petals, amongst the flower petals. She likes to swing on the swing set, singing 90s hit songs, in the 90s hit songs. How do you unfold your music? Have you got a computer synced up to an auto-tuner? Oh, woohoo! I got psychedelic in the summer. Man, it was a bummer when the leaves turned black. When the leaves turned black. When the leaves turned black. I tried to reach you, but my limbs were broken. But my limbs were broken. How do you unfold your music? Have you got a computer synced up to an auto-tuner? Oh, woohoo! Like a light at the end of a tunnel, I hear my soulmate whistling like a tea kettle, playing that seductive game, running through the meadow amongst the flower petals, amongst the flower petals. She likes to swing on the swing set, singing 90s hit songs, in the 90s hit songs. How do you unfold your music? Have you got a computer synced up to an auto-tuner? Oh, woohoo!